Thanks for tuning in to part 3 of our seminar, and that's where we're going to be talking about the last piece of our big 3 documents, and that's the power of attorney. Now, in the last section we talked about healthcare proxy and how that allows someone to take action on your behalf with regard to your healthcare. A power of attorney is very similar, except we're talking about someone taking action on your behalf with regard to your finances, your banking, paying bills, even signing your name if necessary. There are lots of different types of powers of attorney. The 2 main types are what we call a limited power of attorney and a durable power of attorney. A limited power of attorney is when you're empowering someone to do one particular task for you. For example, someone might give me a power of attorney for a real estate closing. And if they're selling their home and they don't want to go to the closing, I can go and sign on their behalf. But the power of attorney is limited to just that one thing. A durable power of attorney is much broader. It allows you to do almost anything that the individual you're acting for could do themselves. Signing checks, going to the bank, talking to insurance companies, talking to retirement companies. A durable power of attorney will allow you to do all that. And the reason why it's called a durable power of attorney is it's made to withstand someone's incapacity. So if someone loses their legal competency, they have a stroke, they're suffering from dementia, we want someone to be able to take action on their behalf, and a durable power of attorney is what's required to allow that to happen. This is especially essential for married people. Even though we're spouses and we have lots of joint assets, there are some assets that just aren't allowed to be joint, such as a retirement account. So my wife might be the beneficiary of my retirement account, but she's not the owner. There can only be one owner of a retirement account. So in my case, that's me. Well, if I were to have a stroke or dementia and she needed to take some action with regard to my retirement account, they would not even speak to her unless she had a durable power of attorney. So this is going to allow for banking, it's going to be used for paying bills and talking to financial institutions. Now, powers of attorney can be immediate, meaning that they go into effect the very moment that they're signed. Those are especially helpful when we've got maybe a senior citizen whose son or daughter is already helping them pay their bills. The other type is what we call springing, meaning the power of attorney isn't activated when it's signed. Instead, it's only activated when the individual loses their mental capacity through a stroke or dementia or some other health circumstances. Now, it's very important that you name someone you trust because you're giving them broad authority over your assets. I once had a client that was in a car accident and she unfortunately went into a coma. She was a single woman, she had plenty of money in the bank, she had a good job, but without a power of attorney, she had no one that was able to access her money and pay her mortgage and her other bills. So we had utility companies and the mortgaging bank all looking to foreclose on this woman's house while she was in a coma because no one could get at her money to pay those bills. And if you don't have a power of attorney, the only way to get that access is through a long and cumbersome court process. The good news is this woman did end up waking up from her coma and all was well. We were able to stop the house from being foreclosed, but it was very, very close. So having a power of attorney in place is essential. Make sure you stay tuned for part 4 of our series where we're going to talk about trusts.